Asked my niece to take her to go and shopping with her to see how much the nappies is and how much the milk is. If you're gonna have a baby now at this age, you need to stop what you want. Your dreams must end because you need to go and find a job. Because at 9, most of the teenagers or young ladies, they get their menstruation cycle. I don't know about boys. I'm not sure about boys.
But obviously, boys don't usually have menstruation. It's not a very masculine thing. Yeah, welcome, y'all. This is KCTV. Today we'll be talking about sexual education amongst the youth. We are at the Bellevue Library, Pack B Gallery Art Studio, and I've got Kate Case in the studio with me. Let's get the conversation started. Yeah, this is KCTV. I am JFK, and I've got Cakeface in the studio. Cakeface, say hi to the audience, please.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our new talk show.
All right, today we're going to be talking about sexual education amongst the youth. Cakeface, why do you think it's important for parents to educate their kids on matters pertaining to sexual education? Why is it important?
It's super important because currently we're facing with a huge problem, especially in Cape Town and even all over South Africa, is that there's too many teenage pregnancies, and I think it's because children and teenagers, they don't know the dangers of having unprotected sex and things like that. So we as the parents need to guide them and need to let them focus on their safety. Yeah.
Okay. If that is the case, what age do you consider or do you think is appropriate for this sexual education to happen or to begin?
I think it's appropriate, say, from the age of 9, because on a feminine side, because at 9, most of the teenagers or young ladies, they get their menstruation cycle. I don't know about boys. I'm not sure about boys.
But obviously, boys don't usually have menstruation. It's not a very masculine thing. But why 9? Why not 5 when these kids are beginning to learn to program their memories and have this information locked into their brains? Why not 5 years old when they're beginning to assimilate and digest information? Why not 5 years old?
I don't think at 5 years old, because at 5 years old, most of the kids are into playing and their minds are not mature enough. I don't think it's mature enough. Although I've seen a lot of young boys playing with their private parts, even in my household or where my sister's grandchildren are. When they're in the bath, they're looking, what is this? They don't understand, but they're playing with their private parts. And I don't think at 5 it's actually have to be a discussion. That's what I think.
Okay, but there's this theory that the females mature more than the males. They mature quicker than the males. Can you tell us about that theory quickly? Is it something that is a real thing? Do you think females mature quicker or earlier than a man or males?
Females do mature quicker than males, but I think it's also because they need to now get their bodies like appropriate to go into womanhood. Then it's the breast coming out and those things, the bumps and everything like that. But I think women do mature faster than men. But for me, I'm a very strict mom. You can ask my daughter. I'm super strict when it comes to these things, and I'm very open also.
Okay, if that is the case, if the females, sorry, rather, I mean to say, mature way more than the males in the early stages, why? Because I've seen in a lot of situations in South Africa, I see that they date their age mates, right? You see, for instance, a 14-year-old or 15-year-old girl, probably I see them probably on the street, they're already kissing and, having these, this togetherness. If that is the case, why would a girl that is considered more mature in the biological terms,
Yeah.
why would she want to get with somebody of her age range? Why not somebody of slightly higher age?
I think it's because both of them are in school, and most of them are most of the time at school. So once they are done with school and they have a different environment, and then they will look outside and see, okay, maybe I must go for somebody that's older than me. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it's said that when you get married, the man is supposed to become your father because your father gives off to the man. So that man must become your father in that sense.
But if that is the case, if they are in the same school, why can't, or would I say, why can't they date up? Because remember, when at the age of 30, you realize that most women want to date up. They want to date people like men, slightly above their ages, and they want to be with men that are financially better than them, socially better than them, or more
I
enlightened than
understand.
them. Why can't they start at that early stage to date up like they would,
I understand
when
what you're
they're
saying.
30?
I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, this is also the same topic that I have with my daughter. I always tell her, if you're going to have a baby now at this age, you need to stop what you want. Your dreams must end because you need to go and find a job and go look at your own child, because I'm not going to do that. So first, love your dream out and look for a partner that's on your wavelength, somebody that has the same interest like yourself. And I even asked my niece to take her to go and shopping with her to see how much the nappies is and how much the milk is, because that's the type of mother I am.
Okay, if that is the case, at what age do you consider appropriate for your teenage daughter? For the sake of clarity, how old is your daughter, so that our audience can follow the conversation?
My daughter is currently 18, but I've spoken to her before that.
Okay, so at what age did you have this conversation with your daughter?
I had it with her when I think it was 12 years old when I had it with her.
You had, okay, did you have a sexual education conversation with her at 12 years old, or did you have the the dating conversation with her?
I had the menstrual discussion with her,
Okay.
and as we spoke about the reason for her breast to grow and her figure to change, like the bumps and the
Okay,
things
you're
like
talking about
that.
expectations, like the things that are expected, like the expected changes that could occur as she matures.
Yes, but it comes to the same thing. If a woman walks down the road and you see this woman, she's a pretty woman and whatever, the first thing you're gonna look at, I mean, is the breast and the bumps, isn't it so?
Yeah, to a fair
It's
degree.
like that, yeah. So I need to tell her these things. I need to tell her, you need to dress appropriate, or you need to um, act appropriate, because most men, the first thing they look at is not even your face. They look at your bum and they look at your breast.
Okay, the topic of dressing appropriately will unravel in the next episode, because there's a lot of conversations that I think we should have in that regards. But for now, what age do you consider appropriate for a lady to start considering being in a relationship?